Hello everyone, this is Baduk coming back to play some more games here on Fox. Looks like we're still at 1Q. It has been a while since I played one of these games. I guess these are the sandbagger games. So I need to get used to it again, but I've also sort of changed a little bit in my thinking about some stuff. I don't know if my commentary will end up being better because of it or worse, so we'll just have to wait and see. Before I get started, I do want to say a quick thank you to everybody who has been supporting me on Patreon. It is extremely appreciated. As you all know now that I should be coming back and trying to make as many fun videos as I can. I even have some nice plans for this year.
Start to play.
It looks like I have a game and I might be black. Let's see. Sometimes I like to walk away, but it looks like he may not. I've been liking double 4/4s lately and just playing basic approach moves. And let's just do the normal attach and Hane Joseki. See what he decides to play here. There are quite a lot of answers that you can have, but the most common is not that. The most common is Atari on this side. With this move, it's a little bit weird because I get to connect, and if he captures the stone, then I get to do this Atari. If he connects, oh, never be afraid of this ko. Always Atari. Okay, there we go. Now I can just capture this stone, and this should be pretty okay for me overall. It's a little bit of a weird decision on his part. I have two options. If I connect, then they can go underneath, and I sort of have to potentially play another move. I could press them down. Sometimes I think it's better to just capture. That keeps things a little bit more simple. Now this ko doesn't really matter. And we can say this sort of reverts to a different type of position here, except now I have a lot more strength on the outside where I can press my opponent down with this sort of move here. But for now, I want to just play the combo move and take my extension from my position. Oh, he resigned. Okay. Well, maybe we do need another game then, because this was a little bit too quick.
Start to play.
Okay, we have a game here. I am black. It seems like I might have to play a little bit faster than I have been playing, so maybe I won't talk as much during the opening. Some people were not liking that. I personally like to approach high when we get this formation. If he attaches here, I feel quite good about it. Here, I normally want to play in the corner, and getting this corner exchange always feels very nice. And I like to just play the large knights. Very close base here. I don't want to be too loose. Now that we're past move 12, I should be able to at least take a little bit more time. In this case, just backing off should be fine. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to do anything else here. You could pincer, you could play sort of whatever you want, but I like just backing off. With this move, I definitely want to go to the bottom left in some way, because this move is not enough pressure on the corner. And when he plays in the corner here, I'm very happy to take the side. And in this case, I'm very happy to take the corner. I think there's nothing wrong with this pincer. This should mostly be okay. But I said I need to play a little bit faster because people were resigning on me after starting the game. Okay, now they're focusing on building this very large area here. Now there's two sorts of ways that you could try to deal with this. You could try to do something to it directly, or you could see if you can get some strength for yourself first. So in this case, I want to pincer this group. If he takes the corner, I'm fine with doing this variation. Oh, nice, nice. I think this is somewhat new. And here, we don't need to respond. This is very, very small. This is mainly just a forcing move so that he can't come out too easily. And so we got some of this extra strength here. So we can either go into reduce, or we can build our own side. In this case, I'm going to build my own side. And we'll see what they want to do. If he's just going to capture this, that's not that big of a deal. We can Atari here and get a little bit more strength. And we could surround. That would be a very solid way of playing. But this group in the corner is perfectly alive already, so we don't really need to worry. I think now is the time where we could decide to either build more or, again, go into reduce. Since we have all of this strength, maybe we can try to reduce now. Oh, it is going to attack. Okay. If we decide to play locally, this could work, but it could also be a little bit heavy. I want to show a little bit of flexibility here. If I play this move, then I'm threatening to attach here and make a mess of this area. And so he doesn't want me to attach at all, being very, very solid. I kind of like the idea of forcing him to capture these stones as much as possible. Oh, I don't know if I should try to read this all out, but I kind of want to just push and cut. Oh. Well, instead, he is going to really do exactly what I want him to do and just focus on swallowing up that stone. This feels really good for me, so I don't really like it for him. I'm just confused at this point. That's why I'm not exactly sure what to play. But this move now feels like a really good exchange. If I'm able to push through here and reduce him so much and force him to take these stones, then I don't mind having this stone here. He could try to attack this, but we're just going to focus on solidifying some more territory. Let's play here and make this larger while also making the corner a little bit harder to invade. So he's going to invade anyway. So my strength is on this side, and I would say this isn't necessarily my strong area. So I want to Hane here and push him towards the wall. Okay, now he's going to go into the corner. That's perfectly fine. Let's just block. And we can block here as well. And here it should actually be a Ko in the corner. So we may as well Atari here. We can always back off afterwards, but for now, this feels okay. And it would also be large enough to potentially even capture something on this side. So we could also play this as a co-threat. There is still some Aji here, especially since he got rid of a Liberty. So let's try this co-threat here. If he captures here, I lose some of this territory that I wasn't really building. So I'm happy with that. I don't really want him to cut on this side and extend, so I need to connect this side. Always be careful. There is some Aji, so I'm not sure which one to do.
Yoyomi now starts.
But maybe we can jump in on this side. As I said before, I wasn't really focused on building this side here. So I'm happy to just take some profit. So we'll cut here because of the shortage of liberties, and we'll see what we can get. If we extend and white jumps, we can push and cut, no matter which side. If they do this Hane, then we can Hane back. If they do this one, we can Hane here. And it seems like it just works for us. So we can extend down and capture these stones. This should be a basic net, but it's always good to read and make sure. Oh. In this corner, it's often better to extend to the first line because when you do this tiger's mouth, this becomes a very severe weakness. But it doesn't mean that white will be... Oh. It didn't mean that white should be dead. I was just going to get sort of one of these moves here in Sente. Looks like we can still get something. So we can block here. And I don't mind just turning here to get rid of the eye. If they come from underneath, yeah, if it wants to come from underneath, that is fine. We'll just do this. And we can Hane. Oh. Okay. Let's see, if we attach here and they block and we Atari, they connect, then we can just Atari and they connect and die. So this is like a ko shape again. So another ko. But again, this should be good, because this is a flower code. This doesn't really matter to us at all. If we Atari here and they connect, oh, I guess we can also throw in, huh? But if we Atari here, they connect, then it's still just a ko. If they capture, then we capture here, and it's a different ko. I don't know which one I like more, but maybe we'll throw in here. Seems like this opponent really enjoys ko, and that should be okay for us. They have to have a really big ko threat now, because otherwise the whole corner is dead, and I destroyed more on the left side. But I'll show you how the upper left corner was actually supposed to be alive the entire time after the game. He just played the wrong way. Maybe I can get some threatening moves and reduce this left side a bit. But I'm unlikely to kill the group, I think. Maybe I'll find out that it's actually dead. Even though he was able to live in this corner, we weren't trying to build the top left, the up top side. We were trying to build the right side. So we still got the strength towards the right side. And then we got to invade on the left side because of this ko. So I think overall it was successful for black and not as successful for white, even if this group was alive. He went offline, so we'll have to wait a minute here. All right, the game is over. He just abandoned it. It was a forfeit now. So he was probably a little bit upset. I understand. This was a little bit brutal. But he should have actually been alive, I believe. So let's look at the game real quick and see if I'm right. See if I saw that correctly. In the upper left, as I said, you usually want to play this extension here with this sort of shape. This move prevents this from being an eye. And with this here, we at least have some large area, and it's hard for black to reduce it to one eye, because there's also this ko potential. So if I turn off this side, there's a ko there, but I can also just Atari it directly. But even with the other move, gotta go even further back. There we go. Even with this move, this is just sort of an annoying move, because now you need one more. And in order to expand the eye space enough, this play at 4 is often good. That means I probably can get something around 5. This descent here. And then I probably get this move and this move. But it's just a little bit of forcing moves. It's nothing that's too big of a deal. They end up with fewer points than they would have if they tried to live the other way. But in the game, they connected, which was a little bit too much. And I think I just descended here. And now they can't really live anymore. It's a lot more difficult. It just depends on the outside weakness. And this group is strong enough that the outside weakness is probably not a big deal. So I can likely Hane here at the very minimum. And this push doesn't work, but maybe white can push here, and you see there are cutting points here, but sadly, there's just not that many liberties for white. And black has a good amount of liberties on the left side, and the top side should be fine. Can probably even just connect or extend. So it's a little difficult. So I like the idea of what they were trying to do, because if they Hane here, technically, they could make a living group now, or they could almost make a living group. I can probably still just play this. This is probably still better. When they do this one, I can throw in and do this, and it should just still be dead. But this Aji here was what I was really worried about. So I played a little bit more complicated technically. But over to here, this should still also not work because I have this stone. But it's possible they can make an eye like this. But I can also throw in earlier. There's like a lot of reading here. So I should have simplified it a little bit here. But just remember, with this sort of corner shape, the extension into the corner is often much better. But yeah, I think that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a while, and I know I had a hard time thinking about what to say in this video. But I think I'll get back into it here in just a couple more games, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great start to the new year. Let me know if you have any great new goals that you are working towards, if you make it to the end of the video. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. Have fun.